I had another Venus flytrap open up after eating a black widow, so let's go ahead and take a look at it and go over some of the details. If you guys recall this feeding, this was the one that happened a little over 2.5 weeks ago, and after capturing this spider, this is the first time that I had ever noticed the digestive fluid starting to bubble out of the trap shortly after capturing the prey. I also pointed out during the original video that the spider's legs were sticking out of the top and that this meant the trap was most likely not going to get a clean catch. But even with the spider's legs sticking out, this trap still managed to get a perfectly clean seal and didn't allow for any digestive fluids to leak and no burning to happen to the outside of the trap. This tight seal also means that while the prey was being consumed, no air was allowed in the trap, and this didn't allow for any mold or bacteria growth. All that was left over of the spider was a dry, empty husk, and I actually tried to pull it out to give you guys a closer look, but with nothing holding the spider together, the legs just kind of came apart. Now normally, after a meal like this, there's no need to cut this trap off, but for us to be able to get a closer look, I'm going to use some sterilized scissors and cut the trap just below where it meets the non-carnivorous part of the leaf. Quick grow tip for you guys, the reason I chose to cut it right there is because this flat part of the leaf that doesn't have the trap on it is still capable of capturing sunlight for photosynthesis. The Venus flytrap's digestive fluids start to fill up the trap once it's closed, and these digestive fluids are similar to our stomach acids and pretty much flood the prey and break down any of the soft tissue into a liquid, and that liquid is then absorbed through the inside of the trap. And all that gets left behind is a super dry, flattened husk of the spider's exoskeleton. But to make sure none of this spider is going to go to waste, I'm going to go ahead and feed it to another carnivorous plant in my collection. This is actually a super small trap from one of the basil shoots that came off of my Nepenthes Gaia. I never really felt like it was necessary to remove the dry husk of the prey from the Venus flytrap after it opens back up, especially knowing that the Venus flytrap is still fully functional with the old husk of the prey still inside of it, and I always kind of figured that the old husk was somewhat like bait, attracting other flies or insects that are looking to land on it or snatch an easy meal.